Hi everybody. So I usually work from the kitchen at the moment during lockdown. My husband's got my office because he's also working at home. So what I did was where I sit is basically where the recycling bins and the main bin is. And it's not a pleasant place to actually work from because they're smelly. So I moved them. Which was very irritating for everyone. You know, when you go to put something somewhere and the thing's been moved, but you still go to the old place. Anyway, Ollie was in the kitchen and he suddenly said to me, "Woohoo! For the first time since you moved those bins, I've actually walked to the new bin first time." And that's the first time I've done that rather than going to where it used to be. And it really got me thinking because, first of all, we had a joke because I laughed at him and said, "Oh, it'd really, really irritate you then if I was to say I'm thinking about moving the bins back to the old place," which I wasn't. But I just said that to wind him up. And then he said in response to that actually, if I did move the bins back, it would probably take him far less time to get used to it because that's where they used to be. And so it wouldn't be as difficult a transition as the moving the bin in the first place to this new position had been. And I found myself thinking that that's what our habits are like that we develop. For instance, an eating habit might be, I'm trying to think of one of mine. One of mine is come mid-afternoon when I've been working all day. I really fancy a milky coffee. It used to be with a something to eat as well, often a biscuit, and that was just an entrenched habit of mine. It was a little bit of associating the eating with relaxing. It was also to do with rewarding myself for a busy day. But it was a habit that I had instilled mid-afternoon, about 3:30, stop, have a coffee and a biscuit. And when you are working to change habits, which of course is what we're doing when we're dieting, and this particularly comes into the fore in maintenance, it sometimes we lapse and it can feel like all our hard work has been undone. Like, well, there was no way I was ever going to be able to not have my coffee and biscuit mid-afternoon because guess what? At a time of stress, I've gone back to it, or just because I fancied it, I've gone back to it. But it's just the same as the bin situation, surprisingly. The more you keep on saying no to the mid-afternoon coffee and biscuit, maybe doing something else then, the more entrenched it gets. Yes, if you do happen to have a slip, it's very easy to slip back, but that's because those are really old entrenched habits that most of us with our eating have had for decades and decades, if not from childhood. But equally, the more so first of all, when it comes to thinking about slips, bit of self-compassion, don't beat yourself up about it. All these are neural pathways that have been built over many, many years. And they're going to be there in your head. They're going to be part of your brain makeup. But equally, don't think that you can't change them, because you can. It's just a matter of building new neural pathways. And the more you do something, just like the more Ollie kept walking to that new place in the bin, the more you're likely to do it. And the easier and easier and easier it gets, the longer and longer you do it.